Hello, it's your boy Davidoff. So I recently did a marathon of Gamera movies. I did all of them in 2 episodes. I'm going to put them in one video now, re-upload it from main channel. So enjoy. You don't have to watch it, but if you want to, enjoy the video. Hello, it's your boy Davidoff. Welcome back to Movie Monday. So yes, time to start a new marathon now. Batman 1 is done completely. Live action movies all done. 3 episodes. Very quick. This one will be quick as well. It's Gamera this time. There's only 12 movies, so not anywhere near as much as Godzilla. But yeah, 12 movies is still like, it's a decent amount, so either 2 or 3 episodes, one of the two. Although in 3 weeks time it will be movie list, so I might try and do it in 2. We'll see, but it's another short one, They're all under 2 hours, I'm pretty sure, so it might be easier to get through them. But yeah, there's 8 Showa movies and 4 Heisei, or it says 3 Heisei and 1 Millennium, or just 4 Heisei. Either way, there's 8 Showa and 4 for the rest. So this should be good. Hopefully it's interesting. I do like kaiju movies, got into them more this year. Love the Godzilla movies, watched them all at the start of the year in a marathon. I've also got a list of Kong movies as well to watch. There's like 3 of them. I'm going to watch them closer to the Godzilla vs. Kong release dates. So that'll be like later on next year. But yeah, I'm looking forward to doing this, to seeing the rest, to seeing the Gamera movies, see what Gamera is like. A different kaiju, not owned by Toho, I'm pretty sure, just a different company. I would love to see Legendary sit down, have a meeting, somehow set up a meeting with the owners of Gamera and Toho and talk about Godzilla vs. Gamera, because it could be a good movie that has potential to make a lot of money, and they can't pass it up surely. Like, there's been talk of it for sure, but come on, Godzilla vs. Gamera. It would be a good idea, you know, it would be a good idea. Maybe not as big as Godzilla vs. Kong, but still, you know, it would be something, that's for sure. But anyway, let's get started. I've never watched a Gamera movie before, and I know what it looks like, but that's about it. So we're going to start with 1965. The whole thing's on YouTube, actually. 1 hour 18 minutes. So yeah, not very long, but let's do this. So I just watched it, and yeah, that was good. That was a good first movie. Pretty short, to be fair, but still, it went back really quickly. He has some similarities to the Godzilla movie, actually, the original one, in a way, because it's like the original movie. He's the only monster in the movie, like Godzilla was in his original movie, and he's causing destruction, and humans trying to kill him, and eventually at the end they find a way to get rid of him, basically. But it's a bit different though, because Godzilla was murdered. Godzilla was killed by the Ocean Destroyer, and Gamera was just launched to Mars. But still, like, there's some similarities there. Black and white, obviously, as well. And yeah, it was pretty good. It was pretty enjoyable. I quite liked it. I liked the origin of it as well. How it was like from a bomb at the start. And how he gets so big as well. I like his design. Although the eyes look a bit weird though. The eyes looked a bit strange. At times it looked like a bit like Shin Godzilla's eyes in his first form. But yeah, but it was a good design. Especially from the original design as well. It was a good design. I really liked it. So yeah, and he can fly as well. I was just like, whoa, didn't know Gamera could fly, but he can. So that was pretty crazy as well. So yeah, that was pretty good. It was pretty cool. So next up, I think, is Gamera vs. Barugon, 1966, a year later. So let's do this. I love how, like, it's kind of similar to Godzilla, the franchise, in a way, the Showa series, because it started with the main monster on his own, causing destruction, and he's fighting the humans. And then it went on to versus movies, where he fights other monsters, just like that. And Gamera is the same thing as well, which I quite like. I quite like that. Barugon, the monster he fights in this movie, the only monster in this movie, is a cool looking monster. I like him. I like the design. The horn in the front looked a bit like Barugon as well from Toho. So it's not the same monster, obviously. They're totally different, but like the front, the face from some angles looked a bit like Barugon as well. But still, like, Barugon was cool. Barugon was cool. Apart from his noise, the noise he makes, the roar he makes, that high-pitched roar, is kind of off-putting for me. It doesn't really like fit him, at least to me anyway. It doesn't really like fit with Barugon, but still, apart from that, it's a cool-looking monster. He even beat Gamera at first, and then Gamera won in the end. I like Barugon's powers as well, the rainbow, the purple stuff as well. Also, is this effects or is it the people in suits? Because this one looks more like effects than Godzilla movies do. I don't know, maybe it's probably just people in suits. That's probably what it is, right? Probably. But still, it looked pretty cool. I like the way it's filmed. I do like the way it's filmed. Oh yeah, one thing about the start of the movie, the very first scene, right? I love how the ending of the previous movie, the victory of the previous movie, is undone in seconds in the first seconds of this. Like, seriously, at the end of the last movie, they didn't kill Gamera, but they got him off the planet. They launched him to Mars, where he's out of danger from humans. At the start of the next movie, that very same rocket hits a meteor. Gamera comes back to Earth. Like, literally, the whole victory from the first movie is just gone in the second one. It's just hilarious. But still, like, it was pretty funny. And yeah, that was pretty good. Next up is Godzilla versus Godzilla. I'm saying things wrong today. Gamera versus Gyaos. Gyaos. I assume it's Gyaos. Probably. Let's do this. So it's pronounced Gyaos. Gyaos, I think. Like, they said it like 24 times in the movie and I've forgotten already. It's Gyaos. It's something. It's similar to that. So yeah, it's an interesting name, and the monster's pretty cool. It looks weird though. The head looks really weird. Just the shape of it. When it first got revealed in that little mountain thing. In the mountains when it got first revealed, when it popped his head out, I was like, is that Moguera? Because Moguera, the mecha thing from the Godzilla movies, it looked kind of similar to that in a way. I think it's because of the nose or something. The shape of the head is a bit pointy, like Moguera. And then I thought, this looks a bit like Rodan in some ways. It's like a weird, Rodan's weird brother. There we go. There's one. But yeah, like I don't know why I'm comparing this to Toho monsters constantly, but that's just what I'm thinking of because that's what I know mainly for kaiju. And yeah, that was quite a fun movie. And I love how Gamera just flies off at the end like a flying saucer. At the last two movies as well. After he wins, it just flies off with the kid saying goodbye. You know, it's quite good. I bet they probably all end that way. We'll see what happens. But yeah, we did on 3 of them in one day. I might like do all 8 of the show movies at this rate. We'll see, because they're quite short movies. They're easy to get through, and they're quite fun as well, so the time just flies by. So I could easily get through this, I think. But yeah, that was pretty good. I kind of want a little bit more from the final battle, but still, I thought it was pretty good. So next up is Gamera versus Virus. I assume that's how it's pronounced. These are like one year after the other, just like Godzilla as well. 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71. Then 9 years off to round off show series in 1980. So Gamera vs. Virus is called Destroy All Planets, I think, in America, because it has 2 different names. It's the same movie, just with different names. But I watched the dub versions for this one and the last one, and the first 2 I watched in Japanese with subtitles. We've got some underwater action as well, which is good. Like, that's something different. Obviously Godzilla's underwater as well, but still, like, we saw quite a bit of Gamera in this movie, which is pretty cool. And I like how the kids can communicate with him. I think that's pretty cool. Like, that's different to the Godzilla ones, because in Godzilla you can't really talk to him, can you? But you can sort of like talk to Gamera. So I thought that was pretty interesting. That's pretty cool. Adds an element to it basically. But yeah, Virus is a strange looking beast. A very strange looking beast. The way he loses though is kind of epic at the end. And then Gamera flies away as usual, but when he just gets dropped, Gamera got beaten up quite badly, to be fair, until the very end. But still, like, it was a good way to beat that alien. Yeah, and it was aliens, by the way. An alien, Virus was the main alien. He was an alien kaiju, and he had not human, but he had like aliens who looked like humans, minions who were just doing his bidding, basically. The spaceship they had was very strange. To be fair, it's unique. Like, you see a lot of spaceships nowadays in movies over the years, over the decades. But this one is unique compared to the rest, to be fair, so I'll give him that's for sure. I mean, Gamera looks more like a regular spaceship than the actual spaceship does. But yeah, another similar thing to Godzilla movies, actually. Introducing aliens who mind-controlled the main kaiju. So that was pretty interesting. But yeah, it was pretty good. It was pretty good. So next up is Gamera versus Guiren. I keep saying Gamera. Pretty sure it's Gamera, as they keep pronouncing in the movies, and I just say Gamera anyway. But anyway, also speaking of mispronunciations, from the previous movie it was Virus, not Virus. So yeah, I said that wrong as well. But never mind, moving on. So Gamera versus Guiren is the movie that I just watched, obviously. Guiren, he looks a bit like a shark in a way. There's some similarities there. And also the movie is Space Gyaos, basically. Space Gyaos. Gyaos. I've forgotten his name already. Gyaos, I'm pretty sure. Space Gyaos. So not Gyaos himself, but a space version of him, and so it's him and Guiren who are with the aliens. Like the last movie, there's aliens in this movie who kidnap the 2 kids as well, hold them hostage. But yeah, this one's alright. This one's alright. I didn't love it, but it's alright. I liked the monster battles the most. For me, the best parts of these movies are the ending. Maybe not the first one. The first one's good at the start as well, but like in the versus movies, what I've noticed is the final battle usually is the best parts, and it always ends the same way with Gamera flying away. So yeah, that's another thing. But yeah, I'm just wondering. I just keep wondering, what would it be like if he was in the Toho universe or Legendary universe? How cool would it be? It would just be amazing. Maybe one day. But yeah, moving on. Next up is Gamera versus Jagger. So yeah, this is all in one day, by the way. It's the 6th movie on the same day. I could just go for all of them in 1 week, but I'm gonna not do that. Make it 2 episodes. So like, considering the Showa series is 8 movies, I'll do all of those in this video. I'll do all of those in this episode. Then I'll do the rest next week. I think that's what I'll do. Then movie list, then move on to other things. Basically, the plan is there are other marathons to do, like there's Star Wars, but I want to like start that in November. I have a plan for a Marvel and a DC just general marathon. Although the Marvel ones would not include MCU or X-Men or Fox X-Men, because I've done marathons on them already, so I don't really need to. It will include Deadpool though. Deadpool will be included, but like it's every Marvel movie apart from the ones I've done already, and DC will be like everything apart from BVS because I've done that already, and Justice League because I don't watch it. So that'll be coming up at some point. But before that, I've got ideas for other movie Mondays, and you'll see them at some points. I did mention one previously, watching Harry Potter for the first time. I've never seen it, so that would be a good video in itself. And I talked to you about it, then like a week later, some guy uploaded the video watching Harry Potter for the first time. So, and it's 2 hours long. So, yeah, I'm not even going to seem original, even though I thought of it myself, but there we go. So some guy's already done it. So this kind of has 3 different names. According to Wikipedia, it's Gamera versus Jagger with a J. And according to IMDb, it's with a G. And then also another title on IMDb is Gamera versus Monster X. There's like 3 different names, but anyway, yeah, this monster is cool, and this movie has the best monster action for me, easily. I think it easily beats the rest of the monster action that I've seen already. It's been good so far, but this one's had the best ones for me, the best battles. I just like the monster action the most from this movie, plus the KO at the end. The way Gamera KOs Jagger, that is awesome. It was so damn cool. It was so brutal, and I just loved it. Also, like, Jagger has some strange powers. He shoots these little white sticks, and it's quite effective, to be fair. It's quite he does stab into Gamera as well, and he shoots stuff like webbing, I guess. It's not really webbing, it's a bit more liquidy, but it kind of makes Gamera freeze in a way. It disables him completely for most of the movie. So it's interesting power-wise, but yeah, the way Gamera wins is awesome. I could watch that KO over and over again. That is a damn epic KO. The human side of it wasn't as good, to be fair. I'm not here for the human side of it, to be fair. I'm here for the monster action mainly, but still, some of it was a bit cheesy. Gamera's here now. That means the kids can go outside. I'm just like, wait, there's 2 kaiju fighting outside. Why would you? Just because Gamera's here and he protects children, suddenly they can go outside? What is this? What sort of parenting is this? That's not really cheesy, to be fair. That's just a bit silly. But still, the human side of it was sometimes a little bit strange. But still, I enjoyed the movie. Before we continue, this is the top of my table. And on the left, we have football, or as you might call it, soccer awards. And on the right, we have some DC heroes. We have 2 Batmans. That wasn't on purpose. It just one came in a set. And we have the Shard, which is in London. The Burj Khalifa, which is in Dubai, and it's taller than that, even though that's smaller, but that is so much, that's the tallest building. And then there's that I got in Dubai as well, and it's pretty cool. It's full of sand, and it's a nice design. But what goes here? So we have a scene from Godzilla, King of the Monsters. So it's only fitting that you have Godzilla. I know it's really small, but like the bigger ones are like so expensive. And I mean, they're not like insanely expensive. There are some like double sized than this that are not that bad, but I wanted to save some money. So, but I wanted a Godzilla figure, and I saw it available. It was on Prime Day, I think. It was like an offer or something. And with that, I got this fella, but he doesn't stand up. King Ghidorah, please. He doesn't stand up. He doesn't stand up. I need to figure out how he can stand up. I tried adjusting the tails and the feet, and just nothing works. And the wings as well. There's one time where I put the wings like this, and he actually stood up, but I don't know. I'll work it out. I'll get something to hold. When you hold his tail down, he actually stands up. So I got to figure something out here. But these two were the same price as them separately when they were a bit bigger. That's what I was talking about, like double the size or something. They had bigger versions of this, and these two together were the same price as them individually in a bigger size. So I just thought, you know what, 2 in 1. It's a lot smaller, but they look damn cool, except he doesn't flip and stand up. I think that's cool. At least he stands up. See? That's why he's the king. That makes sense. Oh yes, there we go. The football award holds it up. There we go. That looks cool though, doesn't it? It looks cool. If I can just make it stand up on its own, that'd be awesome, but who sees that anyway? Only me, so it's all good. Plus that's sort of one out over there, because all of those are different colours, and that's just a glass thing. But still, like, I can just use that as that. So there we go. I need some Marvel stuff on here. That's what I need. I need to wait for Endgame stuff to come out, and maybe put Thanos and maybe T'Challa, Spider-Man, probably Cap and Iron Man and Thor. I'll work it out, but I need to put some of them in. I need to put some of them in. And I need to get Aquaman and Wonder Woman for DC side. I need a proper collection, but I'm running out of space already because King Ghidorah's taken up like like 4 spots here. As you can tell, I'm a huge nerd. Huge nerd. Gamera versus Zegra is the worst one. Just gonna leave it there. He's fighting a giant shark, but it does make me want Gamera versus Jaws, or Gamera versus the Meg. The Meg's movie from last year. It's about Megalodon, basically. A Megalodon against Gamera. That would be cool. But this shark looked okay, but still, the movie itself looks very good. Yep. Let's move on. So the last movie in this marathon is Gamera Super Monster 1980. I just watched it and it was alright. I didn't love it, but it was alright. It included all the kaiju basically from the previous movies, apart from the ones from Gamera vs. Guiren. Apart from that movie, the rest of the kaiju, I'm pretty sure in this movie, I think. That's according to Wikipedia anyway. I think it was, did it include Guiren? I don't think it did. I'm gonna trust Wikipedia on that one, because there are quite a few kaiju in there. But yeah, basically like the alien races wanted to have Gamera fight. Well, they wanted to take over, and Gamera was a threat to them. So were the alien women as well. But Gamera took all the kaiju out. Yeah, basically just Gamera versus all the kaiju he's faced. It's similar to, in some ways similar to Godzilla Final Wars, but not as good though. Not anywhere near as good or fun. But still, these movies are fun. But this one was just alright. It wasn't like great. I thought it could have been better, but definitely better than the last one, the Zegra one. That was I don't know what happened with that one, but yeah, that was alright. So yeah, 8 movies done. So I'm looking forward to next week now. The Heisei period, God in the Universe 995, the year I was born, Gamera 2, Gamera 3, Gamera the Brave in 06 as well. 4 movies left. We've gotten through these quite fast. But yeah, it was good checking these out for sure. Definitely good checking these out, and I'm looking forward to seeing the last 4. Then we'll move on to other stuff. It's time to finish off the Gamera marathon. I've got 4 movies left. It's well, according to one website, it's 4 Heisei movies. According to another, it's 3 Heisei and 1 Millennium, and I don't know why there's a difference. But anyway, like, what is Heisei anyway? Like, I never actually knew. Like, what's the difference between like Showa Heisei? Is that like some sort of like Japanese era or something of movies? I have no idea. I should probably just look it up, but I think it's just awesome to just ask instead, to just create a conversation. But anyway, yeah, let's continue. So first we got Gamera the Guardian of the Universe, came out in 95. Then a year later came Gamera 2, Attack of Legion, and then Gamera 3 in 1999, The Revenge of Iris. So that's the trilogy right there. And Millennium series is Gamera the Brave. I'm pretty sure I read about that one as well. I haven't actually seen the movie yet. I'm going to see it in this video, but I think it's about a younger Gamera. Gamera baby. I have no idea. I'll get to that last, obviously. But first of all, the trilogy. Let's start this. So, Gamera, Guardian of the Universe, was pretty good. I quite like the effects as well. The effects were improved, I think, from the Showa series. Showa was still good, but this I think improves quite a bit. It's still not amazing, but it still looks pretty good for its time, and for the movie it is. I think it looked pretty cool, and it also kind of reminded me of Game of Thrones in a way. What I mean by that is when Gyaos first turns up overhead, when the scientists are researching, and he just flies overhead, he looked a bit like Drogon. If you don't watch this Game of Thrones show, you haven't seen it, there's dragons in the show. There's quite big. They're babies at first, but like in season 6, they get fully grown. Season 7 and 8, they're huge. They grow, obviously, they grow. And the biggest dragon, the main dragon, is called Drogon. And sometimes, in some scenes, you see Drogon flying ahead, like overhead, above characters. Sometimes characters for the first time, sometimes characters that already know the dragons, etc. And it looks so majestic and cool. So when Gyaos flew over their heads in this movie, it kind of reminded me of that, because it looked a bit like it, like just flying overhead. It looked pretty scary. And yeah, it reminded me a little bit of Game of Thrones in that sense, because of Drogon. But still, yeah, Gyaos, there was 3 of them. There was triplets. They killed 2. 1 escaped, which grew a little bit, and then fought Gamera. And yeah, the final battle was pretty cool. I think the final KO was kind of crazy. The way he knocked Gyaos out. That was kind of mad. I think Gyaos is dead now. I think he maybe comes back in Gamera 3, I think. But still, like, the way he took him out at the end was kind of mad. Also, did he smile at the end? That's where he started smiling and nodding. It reminded me a little bit of Beyblade. And just hear me out for a second. There's a scene where Gamera's flying away, but he's spinning constantly. And he's making like rays around him. I was just like, that looks like a damn Beyblade in the sky. Like, seriously, that's just what... Literally, I'm watching a kaiju movie about Gamera, and it's reminding me of Game of Thrones and Beyblade. What's going on with me today? Do you remember Beyblades, by the way? Does anyone remember them? I'm sure people do. When I went to school, they were so popular when I was in primary school. Almost everyone had one, and kids used to bring them in to school with permission, obviously. Bring in a Beyblade arena as well, and just have competitions in there. It was an awesome thing back in the day. They've kind of been forgotten now. Like, there's a lot of old toys that still get remembered, but I never see anyone talk about Beyblades, to be fair. But they were a cool thing back in the day. When I did my Godzilla marathon and watched other kaiju movies as well, and I've been watching these, I don't think we ever mentioned about like the English dubbing. Like, for me, it's always so funny to look at, because it's clearly not them talking, obviously. It's dubbed over. It just looks funny. The timing of it just looks hilarious. I never mentioned it, but it's actually like, it's quite funny. I still prefer watching this because it's like dubbing, I think, is better than subtitles. For Godzilla, I think I watched like some subtitles ones and mostly dubbed. Maybe it was more close to half maybe. But this one, the first 2 were subtitled, the rest were all dubbed. But I'm just saying, like, English dubbing over Japanese words, it's just it just looks so funny. It's just so funny to look at. Anyway, Gamera 2, The Attack of Legion, or Advent of Legion, as some titles say, is a pretty good movie. I love the KO in this. It wasn't as good as last episode. I can't remember what it was. I think was it Guiren or Jagger? It's the one where he like takes him out through the head in the air. Can't remember. That was the best KO I've seen from Gamera. But in terms of like Heisei, this is a really cool damn KO. There was a good KO in the last movie as well, in the first one of the trilogy. But the KO in this, he shot that massive ray from his chest. It was ridiculous. I'd love to see him use that on flipping Godzilla or something. That would be kind of mad. Maybe that's his like highest power up, because it's actually mental. He just incinerated him. It was ridiculous. He dusted him away. But yeah, so the Legion were a species of aliens that came, and they were small ones that stuck to buildings and walls, I think, and they pollinated to create flowers. They're like parasites that reproduced flowers, and those flowers that they make blow up into a nuke. So it's kind of crazy. They're kind of OP, those little things, and they have a queen as well. They have a big queen, which is quite similar to Independence Day, where there's a queen that you have to kill, especially in the second one. But yeah, there's a big queen that Gamera has to fight, and the KO at the end is madness. So yeah, Gamera saves the day in the end. But yeah, it's interesting. I did like the design of the queen. I did like the design. I thought it was pretty. It looked pretty creepy and scary, and I think it kind of worked. The little parasites, though, they were kind of crazy. Like, how do you pollinate a flower that creates a nuke? Like, they took out a whole city with that. It's kind of madness. But yeah, I like the twist on it, though. I like they usually put a lot of alien storylines in these kaiju movies, and this one felt different to all the other ones because it wasn't like alien people. It was an alien species that reproduces stuff that nukes people. It's actually crazy. It's actually crazy. So on to the next one. Gamera 3, The Revenge of Iris. I wonder what Iris is. I'll find out right now. Iris is a scary kaiju. It's rather OP. It's rather OP. It's got the same DNA as Gyaos, I think, I'm pretty sure. So at the start of the movie, Gamera fights Gyaos, and Gamera wins. And the problem is with that fight, though, is that a lot of people die because it takes place in a city. A lot of people die, and because of that, the government turns on Gamera and wants to kill him. But eventually, this new Iris comes out, who is basically like overpowered Gyaos with tentacles and mutated, and absorbs life forms and stuff. It's kind of mad. It's kind of mad. But yeah, Gamera eventually defeats at the end. Kind of a mental KO. And yeah, it was pretty good. I liked the previous two better, but still, I thought it was interesting. I did like the kaiju as well. He was pretty OP. It was pretty scary at times. But yeah, there's human sides to it as well, but mainly for the kaiju side, I quite liked it. I thought it was fine. So yeah, one more movie to go. We got Gamera the Brave, 2006. So yeah, I don't know what to expect from this, but hopefully it's good. So let's do this. The final movie of this marathon. Right, so finally the last movie in this marathon, Gamera the Brave, was pretty good. I quite enjoyed it, actually. The best kaiju he's fought, the best looking kaiju he fought for me is in this movie. Jedus, I think is his name, or Jedus. It's spelled with a Z, actually, Z-E-D-U-S, but it's pronounced with a J. So yeah, Jedus is a cool looking kaiju, and visually this looked the best, to be fair. But then again, it's not surprising really. This came out in 2006. And all the other ones came out in the 90s, so you would expect it to be better. You know, 6 does more technology. But still, it did visually look the best, and the best looking kaiju that he fought against. Also, this one was about, like, there was a Gamera, the original Gamera, I'm pretty sure, who died, sacrificed himself to kill the Gyaos. And then years later, a baby Gamera is born. A kid finds an egg and it hatches, and he keeps Gamera he calls it Toto, and it's really tiny at the start. And he keeps Gamera as a pet, and eventually he grows a little bit. Then he fights Jedus, and well, the government takes him in, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, the government takes him in, yeah. And then they got some red substance to make him bigger. At first I thought they were kidnapping him. I was just like, I mean, they wanted to for sure, but at first I was just like, wait, are they kidnapping him? And then I was like, wait a second, they want to make him bigger to fight Jedus. And then, but at the end of the movie, when Gamera won, they wanted to take him back, so I guess they wanted to control him in a way. They had their own agenda, but so they made him a bit bigger. And then Gamera went to fight Jedus, and well, he was losing, and the kids needed to get him the red stone. There was a red stone from, I think, the facility or somewhere else. They had to get the red stone to Gamera to save him. Eventually, they get to him, and yeah, he gets stronger based off it, gets more power ups, and he defeats Jedus. And what I love, like the best part of the battle, the final battle, was when Gamera smashed into Jedus and kicked him off the building. He was on the tower of the building, standing at the top of some big tower. Gamera just knocked him off, and he just went flying to the ground. It was like mental. It wasn't a KO, but still, it should have been a KO, really. But that was a damn cool move. That was a damn cool move. That was good. It looked good as well. And yeah, eventually Gamera won, and the government was going to take him in, but then the kids stopped them, and then Gamera flew away, which kind of like reminds you of the original movies where he flew away at the end. And it's about the kids as well. So yeah, it was pretty good. I enjoyed it. I really did enjoy it. So there we go. There's a marathon done. So the next marathon will not be around for a while, probably. Probably not too long in terms of episodes, but considering it's once a week, it might take a little while. It's just that I got videos planned. Movie list is next week, obviously, but I got 5 videos planned that are non-marathon videos. I might do them all in a row, apart from movie list, obviously. So like 3 a month. It'll probably take until like September or something. So yeah, look forward to those. Most of those are me watching stuff for the first time, and one of them is me rewatching something that I watched many years ago. So one of them's Harry Potter that I haven't watched. So there's a spoiler for one of them. I might not do that first, but I'll do. There's 5 series of movies. One's a trilogy. No, 2 are trilogies, and the rest are like more than 3 movies. Harry Potter, I think, is 8, and another one is no, I'm gonna keep you guessing what it might be, but it's coming. It's coming. Movie list is next week though. So this is your boy Davidoff. Please like, share, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Have a good day, and I leave you with the legendary Toho monsters. And when I said legendary, by the way, I meant like they're legends. I don't mean like the company legendary, but technically they made the recent movies as well, so that kind of fits. It kind of fits, but I meant in terms of like they're legends. King Ghidorah and the Big G himself. Maybe he fights Gamera one day, hopefully. And see ya.